Good afternoon, everyone. Your Lordships, Reverend Fathers, Reverend Sisters, religious, and all the members present. Permit me to present theme 10 on the position paper of Enhancing Family and Youth Care. This position paper, prepared on theme 10, is upon the discussions and consultations had with the Catholic community here in Sri Lanka to implement the Synodal guidelines. It reminds us that God created human beings, making them to be like Himself. So it reminds us that God created human beings, making them to be like Himself. He created them male and female, blessed them, and said, "Have many children, so that your descendants will live all over the earth and bring it under their control." The position paper also reminds us that the Second Vatican Council refers to the family as the domestic church. Also, Pope Francis, in his address to the Pontifical Academy of the Social Science on the 29th of April 2022, stated that the family is the preeminent context in which we learn to live out the richness of relationships between persons united in their diversity of character, sex, age, and role. He also reminds us that in families we learn to experience the basic practices needed for a synodal church. And also that the family humanizes people through the relationships of us, and at the same time promotes the legitimate differences of each one. The National Pastoral Convention held in 1995 in the final report states that the family is the basic cell of the society. Hence, the lay faithful's duty to society primarily begins in marriage and in the family. The NPC further states that today the family is subject to severe stress and strain, and in order to help families to avoid or to minimize such differences, the NPC suggests the ongoing services to the family, such as good preparation for marriage, post-Cana or marriage enrichment programs, such as the Worldwide Family Meeting of Families, counseling and spiritual guidance. Who should receive such services? Women in postnatal and prenatal period, the young family, families where both husband and wife are employed, teenagers, problem children and handicapped children, families with difficult, unhappy husband-wife relationships, divorced and or remarried persons. In order to give such counseling and spiritual guidance, we need suitable personnel who are readily available and accessible. Persons who could assure confidentiality and a genuine concern with an ongoing service. Therefore, the 1995 NPC recommends the training of family life educators. On recommendations of the NPC, the Family Care Office will work on producing a Catholic magazine which could be distributed among families, establishing a marriage bureau. The Archdiocesan Pre-Synodal Convention held on the 7th of May 2022 confirms that many Sri Lankan Catholics are aware of the pre-Cana retreats, which is an updated and trustworthy preparation for the sacrament of matrimony. It also confirms that we Catholics are not so much aware of the post-Cana programs, which is an effective pastoral program for the divorced, for single parents, for families in crisis, for children of broken marriages, and also for families that are having good marital relationships in order for them to enhance their relationship. The answers for the consultation questionnaire are as follows. The question: do you have family spiritual programs for the nourishment of families in your parish? 224 said yes, 163 said no. Is the care given by the church sufficient to the children of broken families? 81 said yes, 227 said no. These are just suggested pastoral care in the Archdiocese. Remote preparation, for example, Holy Childhood, YCS, and youth, where our children would learn to live the way of life according to our Christian teachings. Pre-Cana retreats for engaged couples. Journeying together with young married couples in early stages of marriage. The annual family retreat. The listening ministry, to have trained personnel to listen. This is an effective counseling tool. Counseling units to be created under the leadership of the deanery family coordinating priest. Formation of parish family care committees, PFCC, to look after the families in the parish under the guidance of the parish priest. Formation of deanery family care committee for post-Cana programs in the deanery under the leadership of the deanery family coordinating priest. Coordinated programs for marriage proposal services. An effective online assistance service for the needs of the families in crisis. Another important segment is the pastoral care given for our youth. In today's fast-paced digital world, our youth face many distractions, such as drugs, social media, video games, etc. Therefore, it is important that we focus more on our youngsters to help them minimize screen time and to educate our youth on responsible usage of social media. The 1995 the National Pastoral Convention states that the youth are motivated to a correct understanding of the spirituality of social concern and be encouraged to play a leadership role in this all-important area. Therefore, the recommendations of the convention are as follows. Schools should conduct awareness programs to educate youngsters about the harmful effects of drugs, while parents monitor their children's activities and behavior. Educate the young about the risk of cyberbullying, establishing clear guidelines and sanctions in schools. An understanding to be established between the parish community and the youth, while providing opportunities for them to fulfill their role with the gifts of the Holy Spirit. Educate teenagers the value and how to balance their academic work, social and physical pursuits, which will help them to lead a balanced life. Education and training programs to equip the youth to enter the job market, where opportunities are provided with the initiative of the government and the private sector. So this brings to the end of my presentation. So let us feel invited to discern the will of God for family and our youth. Thank you.